Hey guys, Coach Marcus here. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Appreciate the likes and the new subscribers. Thank you guys. I'm a small YouTuber. I have a small YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. I'm going to share information based upon my life's experiences. Hopefully this information is resonating with you and you guys enjoy it. Okay. Today I'm talking about a health topic, which is the weight release process. People call it weight loss. I like saying weight release because when you lose something, you want to find it. Okay, but when you release something, you don't want to find it. You let it go. Well, when you lose weight or release weight, you don't want that excess weight coming back. Okay, so I'm talking about my personal experience, and I'm going to share with you the process when it comes to releasing weight. Okay, but before I go into it, let me show you a couple of pictures of me. Okay, so the one picture when I was called Big Marcus, right? I was 297 pounds. That's me right there in the black shirt, 297 pounds. I lost, guys, around 90 pounds. So I went from being Big Marcus to Coach Marcus. But before I was Big Marcus, my nickname was Slim. I grew up playing sports as a kid, then high school, and then college, played football, very active. I couldn't gain weight. I would eat, could not gain weight. When I got to college, my coaches wanted me to gain weight, but I couldn't. It was hard because my metabolism was so fast. With pads on, I weighed 175 pounds, guys. I was 175 pounds with pads. I played wide receiver. After graduating college, that changed. My metabolism seemed to have slowed down, which happens after the age of 30. Your metabolism decreases every 10 years. So when I would eat stuff, I would gain weight, eventually caused me to go from being slim to Big Marcus. And the reason I decided to lose weight was because my dad dropped dead from a heart attack back in 2011. My daughter was only 8 years old. I was 297 pounds, had a nearly 50-inch waist, cholesterol was elevated, back pain, knee pain, joint pain, wasn't feeling my best. I didn't want to die prematurely, so I did something about it and released over 90 pounds, right? So I want to talk to you guys today. So I did some research before the video. So I have my Chat GPT up, great tool for research. In 2022, 2.5 billion adults age 18 and over were classified as overweight. This is worldwide, not in America. So they have a body mass index greater than 25. Now, of the 2.5 billion, 890 million were considered obese. That means their body mass index was more than 30 and above. Okay, so 4 in 6 adults on the planet are overweight, and 1 in 6 adults on the planet are considered obese. Now, here in America, where I live, okay, and we're not talking about children, we're just talking about 18 and over. If you were to include children with the rise of childhood obesity, because of our kids' diets and lack of activity, the number will be higher. We have to change that. So here in America, where I live, about 74%, 73.6 to be exact, but 74% of adults 20 years and above are considered overweight or obese. That means their body mass index is 25 or greater. Okay. Okay. Now 40.3 or 40% of adults are considered obese. This was from August 21 through August 2023. Okay, so but kids, include them, the number will be higher because of the rise of childhood obesity and type 2 diabetes, and just we have kids developing adult health conditions. But there's a solution. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about the weight release process. It's a concept called first on, last off, last on, first off. FOLO, LOFO. Okay, now before I talk about that, let's talk about fat. So this right here is 1 pound of fat. Look at the size of it. 1 pound of fat equals 3,500 calories. Okay, so to create 1 pound of fat, you would have to consume calories that were greater than 3,500 that you burned off. That's going to add 1 pound of fat to your body. You want to lose 1 pound of fat? Well, you have to create a calorie deficit of 3,500 calories. Now, you can do that with a combination of diet and exercise and create a calorie deficit of 500 calories per day. And conceivably, at the end of the week, you will be down 1 pound, right? But this is what fat looks like. And let's talk about, let me show you what muscle looks like. This is 1 pound of muscle. Look at that. Muscle is smaller than fat. Muscle fibers are smaller than fat cells. So muscle takes up less space in the body. They both weigh the same. 1 pound is 1 pound. However, the muscle fibers are more dense than the fat cells, so it takes more muscle fibers, okay, to make 1 pound compared to fat cells, because fat cells are bigger, so it takes fewer fat cells to make 1 pound compared to muscle fiber, right? So when people say muscle weighs more than fat, that is not true, okay? 1 pound is 1 pound. Think about it. 1 pound of muscle weighs the same as 1 pound of fat. Now the fibers weigh more than the cells, right? That's why it takes more muscle fibers to make 1 pound compared to how many fat cells are required to make 1 pound of fat, right? Just wanted to give you guys a visual. So before I go into, now that I've covered that, and you guys know I don't redo my videos. I just shoot them, post them, schedule them, they post, and how they come out, that's how they come out. I just want to get you the information. So let's talk about the first on, last off. What that means, okay? What that means is this, for the most part. And let's talk about men and women, where men typically gain weight on their body, where women typically will gain weight first on their body. For men, typically it's going to be the midsection, right? Starts around age 40. Men are going through what's called andropause. Testosterone is decreasing. They're not as active. Maybe their lifestyle is different. They're drinking and consuming, sugar and carbohydrates, not burning a lot of calories. They're eating each day, so they pack on the pounds in the stomach, right? Typically, men. Women typically will gain weight in the midsection, okay, maybe the breasts and their arms, okay? For the most part, different body types will gain weight in different parts of their body. Okay, so but the process for releasing weight, first on, last off. So the first place on your body where you gain weight, that will be the last place on your body where you will lose it. For the most part, I know genetics and DNA play a role, but on average, the first place you gain weight on your body is going to be the last place you're going to lose weight. So when you see these people posting on social media, or these ads on social media, or these commercials telling you you can take this pill, take this injection, drink this juice, it's going to burn belly fat, you cannot spot, reduce, and target fat release. Okay? First on, last off, last on, first off. So for example, for the men, if the stomach is the first place you gain weight. When I was 297 pounds, my stomach was my first place I gained weight. So as I went on my weight release journey, I lost weight, okay, in my arms, my back, my thighs, right? I released the excess weight in my stomach last, right? Now you can speed the process up by monitoring your daily caloric intake, eating proper amount of protein and carbohydrates and fiber, drinking a lot of water, right? But for the most part, right, the first place on your body you gain that excess fat is going to be the last place you're going to lose it. Okay, so if you guys are on your journey to release excess weight, don't get discouraged. Okay, if you have that one problem part on your body where the weight just won't come off, because that's probably the first place you gained it. So keep doing what you're doing, keep eating healthy, monitor your daily caloric intake, right? Try to create a calorie deficit of 3,500 calories per week. And that may lead you to lose or release 1 pound of fat, right? Healthy weight loss is 1 to 2 pounds of weight release per week. That's healthy. If you do that for a year, you release 1 pound of weight or 2 pounds of weight for a year. That's 52 to 104 pounds in 12 months. Even if you release a half a pound a week, That's 26 pounds in 1 year, which is awesome, right? Next, last on, first off, right? So the last place on your body where you gain fat, you gain weight, will be the first place you're going to lose it. Okay, so if it's your stomach, that was the last place you gain weight. Well, guess what? Once you start your journey and modify your lifestyle and begin burning more calories than you consume daily, guess what? Your stomach is going to be the first place you're going to lose that weight. If your thighs were your last place you gain weight, or your butt, or your arms, or your chest, or your back, or your face, if that was the last place you gain weight, guess what? That's going to be the first place you're going to release weight from. All right, so don't be discouraged, guys. Just want to share this with you guys. If this information resonated with you, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe so you can be notified. You can share the video with people so they can get this information. So I will come back more and talk about this topic of weight release, right? Calories and the type of foods we should be consuming. I do have my personal trainer certification, so I am semi-qualified to talk about weight release, right? But always remember this, guys. First on, last off. Last on, first off. If you're someone out there who is on your weight release journey to a better body, to better health, to living long and living strong. Remember this, folks. God doesn't want you sick. God does not want you broke. He wants you healthy. He wants you wealthy. He wants you prosperous. He wants you strong. Live long, live strong. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.